Right.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame said, sorry, Dolly, you're stuck. You're a legend and a treasure. The most breaking important news of all, of course, is that Pete Davidson is not going into space after all.
Boom, 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 wah.
He was supposed to go up on Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin penis rocket. And now they put out this kind of cryptic tweet saying that Pete Davidson, that they moved the launch to the 28th and Pete Davidson can't make it. And so it's unclear as to whether he can't make it because he has something more important going on March 28th. He has no time to go to space that day.
Well, I mean, maybe it was like an SNL off week and now it isn't, and I'm sure it's not a thing where like, it's not like you run to the airport an hour in advance and hop on a flight. I'm sure there's a lot of prep involved and, whatever else. So
I think he has TSA pre-check.
and clear.
Right. He can keep his shoes on. So sad news that they'll have to find some other celebrity to be their sixth passenger on their launch.
I suspect they'll manage.
They might. Awards news. We're getting closer to the Oscars, guys. They're coming. And all next week, we're going to have videos every single day with our Oscar predictions. So make sure you stick around, keep an eye out for that. But this weekend before then, we had the last two big Guild Awards, which could help provide some guidance here as to what's going to happen. The Producers Guild is on Saturday and the Writers Guild is on Sunday. And the Producers Guild is a really, really good indicator of what's going to happen on Oscar night. Those are happening this weekend that will help provide a little more clarity. And then, of course, next Sunday, March 27th, is Hollywood's biggest night.
Hoo-hoo.
Where will you be? How will you celebrate?
I will probably be at home. No, I will definitely be at home. In fact, and I've actually asked Dave to make a thing that he often makes on Oscar night, which is this Nigella Lawson spaghetti carbonara recipe that's really good.
Awesome. You can shove it in your face and get mad at the television. One person that you will not see on the Oscar red carpet is Jessica Chastain.
Okay.
Because she is choosing to go inside the theater and watch the Hair and Makeup Award, which they're not giving out live on television. It's one of the 8 craft technical awards being given out beforehand.
Right.
She wants to go support her Tammy Faye hair and makeup team, and they're probably going to win. So,
well, I mean, good honor, and I'm sure that's a tacit acknowledgement that a good chunk of her own nomination is because of the hard work of those folks. So
right. And she has walked many a red carpet in her life, and this is not her first rodeo at the Oscars. So
I mean, is there like is there a technical red carpet as well, like before those awards get handed out? Because
they need that, right?
Yes.
They deserve that.
Stop treating them like second-class citizens. Come
on. One more word thing, and this is a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly Parton,
yes,
bless her heart, tried to withdraw from Rock and Roll Hall of Fame consideration, saying that she is not a rock star and she does not want to take votes away from people who are more deserving.
Right.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame said, sorry, Dolly, you're stuck. You're a legend and a treasure. We're still going to vote for you.
Yeah. And look, I think we talked about this before. I think it's a classy move on her part, but look, Dionne Warwick is in that same pool. Like, no one is going to classify her as a rocker. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, that's something of a misnomer at this point. There's a lot of pop stars in there, and Dolly Parton has a lot of pop creds along with being obviously a country goddess.
Right. So she'll probably get in now more than she already would have.
I was saying this could be like the smartest campaign we've ever seen.
It's reverse psychology.
Oh, no. Don't make me sing. Oh no.
But she's so authentic that she must mean that. I don't think she's being disingenuous.
No, of course not. I'm just saying that, but I wouldn't be shocked also if it wound up paying off despite her best efforts to step back.
For sure. Little old me. Have you watched this Arnold Schwarzenegger video?
I have not. Tell me about it.
So he recorded this 9-minute video addressed directly to the people of Russia.
Okay.
And to Russian soldiers saying, I want to speak to you directly. I want to cut through the propaganda. You are being told a lie about why you are in Ukraine. This war does not have anything to do with anything but one man's ambitions.
No one likes to hear something critical of the government. I understand that. But as a longtime friend of the Russian people, I hope that you will hear what I have to say.
it's very powerful and very candid. We'll for sure have a link to the whole thing down below.
Maybe a dumb question. Is this subtitled in Russian?
It is.
Oh, good. Okay.
It
good.
is. Yeah. It's got subtitles in English and in Russian. So
Nice.
really smart and really heartfelt and very powerful from Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
Okay.
that is going on. Some lighter news for you now.
Yes.
Flip or Flop is being canceled. I don't know what your early COVID days escapist television was, or what you would watch to comfort yourself. Every night we sat on that couch behind me and we watched reruns of Flip or Flop on HGTV. Do you know what Flip or Flop is?
I'm guessing from the title, but please explain.
This married couple, Christina and Tarek, would go around Orange County and buy up shitty little houses, like
Mhm.
sight unseen, and then walk in and be horrified by the squalor that they encountered. And then they decide, do we buy this house and try to make it work? Or do we say screw it? And, they would always end up doing it. They were this married couple, and she always picked out chevron tile for the backsplash and the kitchen. We have this whole thing about chevron tile now.
It's always Chevron or New York City subway.
Or
those are the choices.
shiplap. Enough with the freaking shiplap. Anyway, so then they got divorced and they married other people, and they still kept doing Flip or Flop. So now I guess it's gotten too awkward.
Okay. Yeah. Flipper, flipper, flopper, flop,
Flip or Flop has flop. So that's sad around here. We used to tease Nick about having a crush on Christina. He's like, no, we don't. So anyway, that is over.
Sorry for your loss.
Right. That is over, but they'll live on in reruns. Mike Myers is doing a new series for Netflix called
I think it's Pentaverate.
Is that it?
Which
Okay.
apparently it stems from a joke in So I Married an Axe Murderer, but
Whoa, that's a deep
I haven't
cut.
gone back 30 years to look at that movie again, so I can't say for sure.
He's playing 8 different roles, so he gets
Of
to get
course
back
he
in his
is.
like Austin Powers mode of various prosthetics and makeup and whatnot. So that's
He wants to be Peter Sellers so bad.
That is a good point. But think about how people love the Austin Powers movies. We may not, but others do.
I do like the Austin Powers movies, but like you and I suffered through the Love Guru, which many did not. So
True. We have release dates for a couple of things coming out. The sequel to this most recent Scream. I don't even know what to call it.
Scream 6, 2,
New
2.1. I don't know.
2, I guess. That's coming out in March 31st of 2023.
Okay.
We have a release date for the Bob Marley biopic starring Kingsley Ben-Adir that will be out in January of 2024. Tom Hiddleston's getting married to Zawe Ashton. That's very exciting.
Mazel
They
tov.
starred together on Broadway. They're getting married. And there are new dates for Memoria.
Yes.
The new Apichatpong Wersethakon movie that we have talked about because they're doing this traveling roadshow thing with it. It's finally coming to LA and various other cities. We'll have a link down below. We'll have a review of it.
Yes. Starting April 1st, though, it is at last making its way out there. And despite the fact they originally said, it's going to play one city at a time, they are playing multiple cities at a time.
Right.
But they are finally getting this show on the road.
Yes. I have seen it, but I saw it on a DVD actually.
Same here.
So maybe it's a good reason to go back and actually watch it.
Ooh, that is, on my list of stuff I want to go back and watch in a theater. That's absolutely one of them, because his films are very hypnotic and dreamlike, and you just want to let them surround you,
Right. I feel like I didn't get the full hypnotic effect of Memorial when I watched it on my couch. Anyway, so it begins April 29th in LA for a week. So we'll be sure to have a review.
Oh, no. That's the Cinematheque run. It's actually going to be April 8th at the New Art.
Oh.
Yes.
Cool.
And April 1st in New York City and several other places. Again, look at the link down below. It'll give you the whole schedule.
Indeed. And you wanted to mention a director who passed away.
Yes. John Korty passed away. He was an interesting cat. He won an Oscar for the documentary Who Are the DeBolts and Why Do They Have 19 Children? He won an Emmy for directing the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman with Cicely Tyson. But he also really kind of started up a San Francisco film scene where there wasn't one. So he wound up being like a mentor for Francis Coppola, for George Lucas, who would produce Korty's animated feature Twice Upon a Time. And he gave an 18-year-old David Fincher his first job in the movies.
Oh.
And on top of that, he directed a 1980 TV movie called A Christmas Without Snow, which is one of my favorites that I included in Have Yourself a Movie Little Christmas. So yeah, he had a really fascinating career. He passed away this week, and thought I wanted to mention it.
Thank you for doing that. Keep an eye out for all of our Oscar videos coming out real soon.